Oh my God, guys, it's a big, dangerous, complicated, confusing world out there, and here we stand, al pie del cañon, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, that's the Natch, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
Oh my God! Oh, Natch, I'm sad today. I've got to say, I'm sad today. Natch is super happy, and I am a bit sad, because I'm gonna miss the Natch. That's it, it's that simple, folks. Yeah. I even posted a photo, a nostalgia photo on my Instagram today. My team, my lunchtime show team. And Natchy's just thinking, well, no, I'm going on holiday for a month. I'm not going to think about this bald guy again. Desentenderme de todo. Ni balazo, by the way, Natch. Just saying. Just saying. Woo! Qué nivelazo. There it was. So what's the plan this weekend, Natch? Packing, I imagine.
Packing.
Yeah. Hacer las maletas.
You go with kids, a lot of packing.
Yeah, I imagine, dude. Yeah, and they can't pack for themselves. You know, I always assumed having kids would be almost like having two little slaves. You kind of raise them to the age where they can lift, you know, more or less half their body weight. So, you know, they start doing the cleaning. But it's not like that. What a rip-off. I want my money back, God. Human kids, they are bad, let's be honest. It's poor design. You know what I mean? You see a cow or a horse give birth. In a matter of minutes, the little baby is walking around, you know, doing its thing, doing its little life. Like a human baby is basically a potato. It's just a crying, pooing potato. And you do nothing with it. Hey. Good morning, parents. How are you doing out there? Let's take a look at the chat. Guys, if you want to interact with today's show, you can do so live at twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Bohemio professional. It's very, very easy. Joining us today so far, we have Ladybug. Good morning. We have Min. Greetings, humans. It's time to learn Dutch. Joining us from the Netherlands. We have Rafelka saying, good morning to everyone. 2 kids turns you into the slave, Rob. Exactly. Min, that's what I'm learning. So I'm learning from my parent friends. If you have 2 kids, you're the slave. It's like having a cat. You mean, you're not the owner of the cat. The cat is the owner of you. The cat adopts humans. So what do we have coming up in today's show? Well, as always, folks, we have an unpopular opinion. I want your opinions on that right now, by the way, guys. And it's the idea, the poll is, do smartphones make us smarter or dumber? Okay, do smartphones make us smarter or dumber? We also have Complete the News, some tasty stories for you today. And on my way to work, I asked 100 humans a very important question. Ladybug came with me today. She sat in the studio over there. So she can testify that it's a 5-hour walk, snow-capped mountains, river valleys, and encounter 100 humans. So yeah, so I want your opinions on today's unpopular opinion. But before that, my weekend, what's coming up this weekend for me? Well, this weekend, I've got to try and figure out a way to record the ProBoh show every day. So that's my homework for today, or for this weekend. So, but in between that, what am I doing? I'm going to go and see Thor. Oh, I'm excited about that. Going to see Thor this evening. Going to, and then on Saturday night, we're going to Mr. Fitzgerald's house. As you can see him behind me if you're watching the stream, twitch.tv/professional bohemian. We're going to Fitz's house to set him up to record No Excuses every day. And that's it, right, Ladybug? Do we have any other plans? No, we have no other plans. Ladybug is the plan maker. I'm just there. She just drags me around. She's the boss around these parts. She's the boss. She's getting very frustrated now because she doesn't have a microphone. Yeah, I can see it. Because how bossy she is. You know what I mean? If she wasn't so bossy, she wouldn't get so angry about these things. Oh, my God. Poor Lady Mo must be exhausted. That's a long time to spend with you, says Min. True story. Okay. So, guys, don't forget, I will be pre-recording every episode of the ProBoh show live here on twitch.tv. And in order to keep my lunchtime show friends entertained over the summer, I will be recording it through the lunchtime show time slot. So sometime between 1:30 and 3 o'clock. All right, my friends? Okay, let's go to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
All right. Unpopular opinion today, guys. Do smartphones make us smarter or dumber? Do smartphones make us smarter or dumber? According to my social networks, there is a very clear answer to this one. There's a very clear answer to this one. What's your thoughts, Natch? What do you think?
Well, it's very useful, but makes us dumber.
It makes us dumber. And what's your rationale for that decision?
Well, we are like slaves. In fact, I'm trying to disintoxicate. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. You're trying to, you're, oof.
I'm quitting.
You're quitting.
I'm quitting mobiles.
Yeah, you're going on a detox, a mobile phone detox. Mm-hmm. Okay, slaves. That's an interesting point. We'll come back to that. All right. Yeah, so you think you're of the opinion that smartphones are making us, as a society, dumber. So that's a fair point. Min says it's difficult to say. I'd say smartphones allow you to look into different things and allocate your brain to different information. Less need to do mathematics from the top of the head, but more chance for other things. It's difficult to argue that it makes you dumber, in my opinion. That would automatically extend to books, etc. as well. And I think it's difficult line of thinking to defend. Okay. Well, ironically, on social media, like social media is used almost 90% exclusively on a smartphone. So you would think the audience is a captured audience, right? And I'm going to argue the point that no, it does not make us dumber. Symbol says smarter, dumber. Give me a minute. Let me look that up. So I don't have to think. Good morning. That's a great point. MJ Symbol's here. Let's give him a nivelazo, man. Let's give him a nivelazo. He deserves it.
Nivelazo.
Yeah, let me look that up. Okay. How many of you out there would consider that mobile phones actually do a lot of the work our brains should be doing? I'm thinking that's what you're thinking, right, Natch? That instead of remembering phone numbers and solving complex or even simple mathematical problems, you go straight to your mobile phone to do it. Would you say that's an accurate assessment?
Yeah, that, and especially that those times you used to have to yourself, you don't have it. You don't have them anymore. Like
okay,
in the metro or in I don't know.
Okay, so you got less time to think. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. All right. So let me make the point of, let me start with that first point, with the fact that mobile phones are taking a lot of the work from us. Now, I don't really agree with that opinion. Well, you'll find out my actual thoughts on this in the second half, as always. But, okay, let me ask you a question, Natch. A baker. I don't know how you say baker in Spanish. Alguien que hace tartas y cosas.
Pastelero.
Pastelero, okay. A baker. Is he less skilled if he uses a mixer, a Thermomix, instead of doing it by hand?
Well, I don't know.
Probably not, right? Because his pasteles would be more delicious. He would use that time where he's mixing, instead of mixing by hand, he would use that time to do other things.
Well, I see MasterChef, and there's sometimes I have to mix by hand.
Rafaelka says, smartphones make us dumber. When I lose my phone, I'm like a headless chicken. I can't even enter work without it. Great point. Okay, well, let me change it from a baker then. How's about a blacksmith, herrero, or a carpenter? Carpintero. Wow, nivelazo's a topic today. Jeez Louise.
Nivelazo.
On fire. Are they less skilled because they use power tools?
No.
No, they're not, right? Because they can dedicate that time that they would spend doing those things by hand on other things, making even more beautiful, more intricate objects. Okay? And I think it's the same for mobile phones. In fact, I'm not alone in that assumption. Do you know the scientist Bill Nye? He's a famous American scientist. Bill Nye the Science Guy, they call him. I'll quote him directly. "Don't worry, your phone isn't making you dumb." And he makes the argument that the time that we save in doing simple tasks, for example, trying to figure out how to get from A to B, whereas now we have GPS, not having to remember phone numbers, being able to solve simple mathematical equations, actually gives us time, gives our brain time to focus on other, more complex, more important decision-making and more important things. And I would agree with that assessment, at least for the purposes of my argument at the beginning of the show. I want to see if I can change your hearts and minds. Also, it helps keep us organized. Instead of thinking what's coming up next, most of us have some kind of a calendar, especially if we use our mobile phone for work, to stay organized, freeing up our mind to work on other things. And Nat, you made another point there. We don't have free time anymore. Instead of having free time, those quiet moments on the metro, we are consumed by our mobile phone. Okay, and I think that's a fair point. But before mobile phones, it was a book or a newspaper or, a Wii. No, not Wii, what do you call it? Nintendo Switch or some kind of a game. It was always something. I would make the argument it's not mobile phones that are making us dumber, it's us. Human nature makes us dumber, slides us towards the stupid, always. I remember I saw this amazing meme once. It's like mobile phones are like a plague on public transportation, and it's a picture from the 40s, and you see every single person on this train with a newspaper open. I don't know if you've seen that too, but it's and it's true. We will always find a way to eat up our free time with things that you may or may not consider valuable. Okay, let's take a look at the chat. We've got some good comments coming in. MJ Symbol says, that's not the point. You are talking about smarter or dumber, not simpler, faster, or more efficient. Yes, but the ability to be able to concentrate your mind, to be able to focus your mind on more complex tasks because you're not consumed by memorizing phone numbers or things like that. And smarter, I think I've already made the argument that tools do not make you less skilled or less value. Does not add less value to a task. Hang on, sorry, the chat scrolled up a bit there. I think it's a useful tool to look for new information, but let's be honest, how much time do we spend on TikTok versus looking up important things to feed our brain? Okay, there's another great point. Shared knowledge. Now, shared knowledge has existed since the first scroll that they've encountered in the desert. The first time we made historical records on a wall, We now have access to almost all the world's knowledge in the palm of our hands. Do we access it all the time? No. But is that the mobile phone's fault when the information is there ready to be accessed? I would say mobile phones, if anything, give us access to more information than ever before. And I think it's human nature that for those who don't use that tool appropriately, that's human nature's fault. That's not the mobile phone's fault. Ooh, I love arguing this. Good morning, Rob. Am I in the right place? You are, Bridge. Welcome. How often do you read an academic book instead of a fictional one, Ladybug? Woo! Shots fired from Min. She's actually reading an academic book right now. I can vouch for her. I know because it's mine. The Bridge. I don't have any free time because I don't work. Says the Bridge. Jareum. How are you doing? Welcome. They make us brilliantly dumber. We appear to know more things, being more organized, but without them, we would be lost. I mean, that is if you're not committing things to memory, but I will tell you, folks, I read academic papers on my mobile phone all the time, not only in research for this show, but all the time. I educate myself. I listen to podcasts. I listen, you know. I mean, we're in a beautiful position as human beings where we can choose whether we waste our entertainment time on things that can enrich us or things that can distract us. You know, and I'm not going to play Mother Teresa here. You know, I equally spend as much time on entertainment that is just is dumb as I do on entertainment that is more intellectual. But that's my choice. That's not the mobile phone's choice. You can't, you know what I mean? It's like going to a library and choosing to read comic books. That's your choice. The library has a whole slew, a whole choice, a world of literature there. If you choose to read comic books, it's your fault, not the library's fault. Okay. Hadri, whenever a machine becomes smart and humans get hooked on it, taking it for granted that human vis-a-vis that machine have become dumb. They feel totally insecure and vulnerable without that machine. So we have lost the independence and have become like a dog, which is totally dependent on its master, who gives it food and shelter. Though the dog can proudly claim that its owner it is the owner of the human master. Okay, so you're making a point that Natch came on to before that I wasn't prepared for, I'll be honest. That we are a slave to our mobile phones. And I'll try and think of something to rebut to that claim while I'm reading more comments. Rafelka, that theory is right, but instead of using that time to deep thought, you would spend that time in other useless things. That's fair, Min, although I think I'm an outsider in that case, but you made your point there. I love the way we debate on this program, guys. It's great. You guys are doing great. Ladybot, I second that. People use it more to distract from boring reality, but that is a human choice. That's not the phone's decision. That's your decision. You know what I mean? You could spend time on reading Wikipedia articles if you like, but no, you want to play Wordle. And I get it. I want to play Wordle too. So here we come into another point. Is our mobile phones making us smarter or dumber? According to a recent study by Psychology Today, smartphones might be playing a role in increasing the overall IQ of our society. The increase stems from what we call non-verbal reasoning skills. I'll say that again. Non-verbal reasoning skills, which can be attributed to the way our brains process information from our smartphones and other technology. So, but what is non-verbal reasoning? Non-verbal reasoning involves the ability to understand and analyze visual information and solve problems using visual reasoning. You know what plays a part in that, folks? Things like Wordle. Those crosswords, those Sudokus, those games that you play on your mobile phone are actually playing a part in an overall increase in our IQ. And I will post this article. I will actually post the scientific study in my Patreon, so you can all see the links. Now what are you going to say, folks? I encourage you because, like you, I was thinking, all right, no, this is an easy argument. They're making us dumber. I don't remember a phone number anymore. But then, upon doing a little research last night, let me tell you, folks, there is a ton of information to the contrary. A ton. Let's continue. Slaves. Are we slaves to our mobile phone? It's an interesting comment. I love to create art. I love to create art. Those of you who frequent my channel quite often know that of me. You know, I spend about 6 hours a week streaming art publicly, and I sketch and doodle in my free time. I love to create art. I love it. Does that make me a slave to art? Does that make me a slave to art? When I don't create art, I feel bad. I feel lost. I feel like there could be some sort of dependence there. Am I a slave to it when I'm the one who actively chooses to access those abilities? Slavery is a big word, and slavery implies that we have no choice in how we interact with the subject or the thing that we are enslaved by, and we are. You know, every mobile phone since the creation of cell phones has an off button. Every single one. Now, let's draw a quick line here between what is slavery and dependence and usefulness. It's useful. It's a useful tool. That's why we depend on it. If it weren't so damn useful, we wouldn't be so damn hooked. Min, I'm ready to fight Rob when he reveals his true opinion. Does remembering a phone number actually make you smarter, though? No, it doesn't. Interesting thing about the human brain is we will remember the same information in different parts of our brain to access it at different speeds. Okay, but that doesn't make you smarter. Being able to repeat ad verbum, verbatim, a string of numbers does not mean you're smart. It just means you've got a good memory. Okay? So let's think correctly about what intelligence is. I mean, I would say reasoning is much more a seat of intelligence than having a good memory. So yeah, smartphones might be improving our non-verbal reasoning, and I will post the link to that in my Patreon later. Yeah, and you know, and another thing about smartphones. Okay, so it makes it you would make the argument they makes us dumber, but one thing a smartphone can do, and the access that we have to all this information, we can actually access information any way we want it. Are you an audio learner? Then there are thousands of podcasts. Are you a visual learner? Welcome to YouTube. Do you prefer to read? Well, welcome to just about everything ever written on any subject, accessible in the palm of your hands. Are we a slave to it? I would agree. I would say no, we're not a slave to it. But are we dependent on it? I would say probably there's a little bit of dependence there, and quite right too. If you were to tell people 50 even years ago that you have the ability in the palm of your hands in a little black square to access all of the world's knowledge, dude, at any point in time, people would access and use that thing. It's not that modern people are dumb. It's just that tools have come into the market, into our hands that make processing information just a lot easier. Just a lot easier. Just like the baker, el pastelero, who uses a mixer. Just like the carpenter, or the carpenter, ¿cómo se dice carpenter? The carpintor.
Carpintero.
Carpintero, thank you. Or the blacksmith, herrero, who uses power tools. Just like those people, you have a tool now that helps you focus your learning, the access to all the world's information. You know, it's a tool. It's a tool. Is a blacksmith dependent on his power tools? No, because if one of them breaks down, he'll probably try and get it fixed, but in the meantime, make do with what he has. And if you stop using your mobile phone, believe me, it's possible to stop using your mobile phone. You just turn the damn thing off, and you can make a life perfectly without it. I mean, dependency is a matter of the individual, not a matter. It's not a problem of the device itself. It's not a mixer's fault. A Thermomix. It's not the Thermomix's fault that a chef is using it. You know, it's all on the chef. Okay. A dumb person gets even dumber with a smartphone, so it depends on the person. I would agree with that. Ladybot, it's our choice to a certain point because we are being somewhat manipulated by receiving sounds that increase our dopamine levels, so we want more of that shot. Again, social media, we've done this argument on the show before. Social media has become somewhat dangerous in society, not because giving people a way to connect online is a bad thing, but because humans are greedy. And the very nature of social media, every social media platform, is to keep people engaged on that platform. So yes, you know, I will agree with you. A lot of comments, guys. You're on fire today. Most people are quite dependent on the supermarket as well. Exactly. And because you don't hunt and fish, does that make you, does that make you less of a human being? I would agree. I would argue that not. By receiving, okay, so you are saying smartphones make us smarter. I am. That's exactly what I'm arguing right now. Who are you kidding, Rob? Well, we'll get to my honest opinion in the next part of the show. So it's not the tool that makes you dumber, it's us. We don't know how to manage them properly. I would agree with that statement. Hadri, positive aspects, I can read a lot more, I can research anywhere. In fact, you know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to get to all these brilliant comments right after the break. Oh my God, we're having fun today, guys. And the good news is the ProBoh show is with you all summer long, but we'll be pre-recording it at a different time. Don't forget. Oh my God, guys, I'll be back in 4 short minutes. Hey guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ProBoh show. Oh my God, I'm having a lot of fun today, guys. We are having a great debate, but what's the debate about? Whether mobile phones, whether cell phones, smartphones are making us more intelligent or more stupid, smarter or dumber. Okay, Roma _Mundi just shared with me on Twitter. Thank you so much for that. The photo I was talking about people in the 40s, I think it was, on a train, all of them reading a newspaper. He says maybe the problem about being dumber came from a long time ago. And it's true. People will always look for a distraction. I've got more comments to read. Okay, Hadri made an excellent comment here. The positive aspects, I can read a lot more. I can research anywhere. I can ask questions, discuss topics. I can connect with smart people. In those terms, I am getting smarter. I'm also reminded by how much there is to know and learn about. But unfortunately, a lot of people use smartphones to search for stupid and dangerous things, such as porns, drugs, and so on. Privacy is more vulnerable. MJ Symbol says, Ladybo, don't trust this guy. Just saying, men, alone time, and smartphones are not to bake cakes. Oh my God. Min, without a smartphone, I might have remembered all my friends' addresses and birthdays from the top of my head, but I never would have had the knowledge on things like politics, philosophy, and social issues that I have today. My world would have been way too small and closed off. Brilliant comment. I know him enough not to trust him, says Ladybug. Rob, all these years of following you on here, I've never seen you dance, but lately you're getting into it. It's nice to see. Thank you, Sasha. I do a little dance. If you're not watching the show, twitch.tv/professional bohemian. The show's all here all summer long, guys. Join me on my channel. And if you're not joining me on Twitch, don't worry. Every morning at this time, you will hear the ProBoh show. I'm not leaving you for the summer, guys. I'm staying right here. Ladyboy is actually more primitive. Just kidding. The bridge. Rob, what a lot of comments about you. Yeah, I know, man. These people. I love it. Yeah, anger. You know what, guys? These negative comments, these things, dudes. You know, cry me a river. Cry me a river. Bottle those tears, send them to me. They are delicious, and your anger only makes me more powerful. I've made this point before. The tools, objects we use are not the problem per se. It is the use we put them to. It's from the bridge. Your mind needs exercise also with simple operation. Now, you are using your phone for that. You won't be able to run if you aren't able to walk, says Rafelka. Okay, and the Instagram oracle, Oscar on Instagram wrote, guys, do feel free to write to me on my social networks as well. Vote and write. If you want to participate in these and every unpopular opinion, you join us on arroba PROBOH on Twitter. Arroba PROBOH on Twitter. Or arroba professional bohemian on Instagram. I'm also posting reels now of from the show on Instagram and TikToks from the show. Arroba professional bohemian on TikTok. Reach out to me, just like our Instagram oracle, Oscar. He says, it makes life easier, but somehow it makes us dumber as well. I used to remember a lot of phone numbers, and nowadays it's very difficult to remember things like directions, birth dates, and so on. But on the other hand, you can shop around from then and pay without carrying any coins. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what's my opinion on this? Well, first we should probably go to the results of the poll. First, we should go to the results of the poll, and I'm gonna, as always, ask for the Oracle Natch. I'm gonna ask what his opinions is. What do you think, Natch? What do you think Instagram has? Where do you think Instagram has voted? Smarter or dumber? He's eating, poor guy. You're both eating. Oh my God, made me so jealous.
Sorry, I didn't hear. I think they have said dumber.
You think they've said dumber? How many do you think have said dumber?
85.
74% have said dumber on Instagram. 74%. Hopefully I've managed to change some of your minds, because my actual opinion is quite close to what I was arguing today. For once. Man, that show about football was hard, let me tell you. Yeah, I actually do think this. I think, we assign blame to technology when really the blame lies with us. And you've heard me say this a million times. I, folks, am an idiot. Just like the rest of you. We're all dumb. We're all too stupid. We need policing. Like, of course, if I'm given the choice between reading the Encyclopedia Britannica and watching Rick and Morty, I'm going to be watching Rick and Morty. 9.9 times out of 10. Because I'm stupid. And it takes a massive force of will to educate ourselves and use the tools that we have within our reach to do good things with them. To educate us. As I mentioned before, like, one of my favorite publications to read about politics is The Hill. And it's a conservative medium. It's not as pernicious and horrible as Fox. I mean, it's an actual news site. But, it's good for me to read other people's opinions. It's good for me to access information and ideas that aren't similar to my own, or things I'm curious about. It's good. Now, if we decide to look at flat earth theory and moon landing conspiracies and nonsense like that, well, that is our decision as well. And we can't blame mobile phones for it. I think maybe what we could use in society is, from an earlier age, an education into the way the media manipulates us, the way social media works, how social media bubbles are created. I think that is what we need. I don't think the problem is the technology. I think the problem are the people using it, and that is all of us, guys. That's all of us. Because, of course, if I'm given a choice between Tetris and reading an article about about some political issue, I'm playing Tetris, I totally agree with that, Rob. Thank you, Ladybo. Oh my God, we're in sync today, sweetheart. We're in sync. I have to say that because she's so bossy. If I don't say that, she ain't. Anyway, guys, oh my God. I've had so much fun arguing this point with you guys. It's been a good one. Will be more unpopular opinions coming next week, so don't worry about that. Let's go to 100 Humans. Oh, friends. Long walk to work. What am I going to say when I'm recording this from home? A long walk to work this week, friends. A long walk to work. Let me tell you, 5 hours across snow-capped mountains and river valleys. And on the way, I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them a question. I am in possession of the 7 most popular answers. Your job here, guys, is to identify what those 7 most popular answers were. A long walk with the doggies. Yeah, that's what it's going to be, man. I'm going to walk the dogs in the morning. and encounter 100 humans. You bet. Okay, so if you want to, this is the interactive part of the show, so if you don't want to miss it and you want to play along, twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Bohemio profesional, pero en inglés. Super easy. Okay, when you're at home, this is Sasha Hayes, she says, when you're at home, you could say you took a long walk to the fridge and then back to the couch. Okay, so I asked 100 humans this morning to name someone you don't want to receive a phone call from. Name someone you don't want to receive a phone call from. The 100 humans answered, and I'm in possession of the 7 most popular answers. Woo! Oh my gods. All right, what are your thoughts, friends? Ladybo says, a doctor. A doctor. It's not there, folks. It's not there. Doctor's not there. My boss, says Rafelka. Is it a boss? Is a boss there? Folks, it's not there. It's not there. Oh my gods. Oh my gods. I'm going to be honest with you, Natch. I don't want to receive a phone call from anyone. Like, receiving is it not the worst thing in the world when someone calls you? You're like, Jesus, you couldn't fit this in a WhatsApp. Oh, man. Okay, MJ Symbol says, Mom. You don't want to receive a phone call from your mum. Is it there? It is not. It is not there. Okay, Sasha. We're on Sasha. She said parents as well, and parents isn't there, but she did say the police. The police. You wouldn't want to receive a phone call from the police. It's there, folks. It's there. It's the most popular answer. Well done, Sasha. 33 of the 100 humans said the police. She also says the government. I need you to specify what branch of the government. There's a clue. A police officer said, Min, well done. Mother-in-law, says Symbol. Mother-in-law. It's not there. It's not there, folks. I'm sorry. Trusky, the question I asked the 100 humans today was to name someone you don't want to receive a phone call from. Sasha says, an ex. An ex. It's there, ladies and gentlemen. Sasha is on fire. An ex. 11 of the 100 humans said X, making it the 4th most popular answer. Min says telemarketers. Telemarketers. Is it there? Ladies and gentlemen, it is there. 14 of the 100 humans said telemarketers. 14. Very good. All right. Scammers. Scammers, says Sasha. So people, estafadores, you'd say, right? Ooh.
Nivelazo.
Thank you, dude. Yeah. Oh. I just want to sit in a moment in that intelligent bubble that I'm feeling that I'm in right now. It's awesome. That's how clever people feel the whole time. I just get moments. Okay, scammers. Scammers is not there. It's not there. MJ Symbol, someone said the police before. It was there, so congratulations. Name someone you... thank you. Okay, Min says the tax office. Depending where you're from, that could be the IRS in the States, Hacienda here in Spain, Inland Revenue in England. Is it there? The IRS, Inland Revenue, Hacienda... It is there, folks. The 2nd most popular answer with 16 of 100 humans saying the tax office. So Min said it first and then Sasha said it right after. Well done, guys. Well done. Ooh, there are still a few. Tax agency, we've had that one. IRS, Inland Revenue, Hacienda, everyone said that one. From a telephone company. From a telephone company. Why would a telephone company call you? I need more specific information. Okay, this is going to be hard to pronounce. In Dutch, tax office would be Belastingdienst. Woof. How did I murder that? Okay, it's time to get into clues, guys, because you're not doing very well. Hospital says Chusky Trusky. It's not there, Chusky. I'm sorry. It's not there. Okay. Time to get into clues. Okay, say you have your child is in school. Okay? Maybe your child has been naughty. Maybe your child has misbehaved. Who would you not want to receive a phone call from? MJ Symbol, give him a round of applause. He says principal. It's there. The 7th most popular answer with 4 of the 100 humans. Did someone, I think someone maybe had said this one, or maybe not. Okay, imagine you're being sued. Imagine you're being sued. Who would you not want to receive a phone call from, Natch?
From a lawyer.
From a lawyer! Give him a round of applause! Lawyer, attorney, it's there. 4 of the 100 humans. 6th most popular answer. Sasha got in there as well. Well done. Okay, final one. You haven't earned that much. You haven't earned so much money this month. So you haven't maybe been able to pay everything you needed to pay. Who do you not want to receive a phone call from? Ooh, what do you think, Natch?
I don't know the word.
You'd say, oof, hang on, wait, hospital is not there. What if someone of your family has had an accident? It's true. Chusky, the 100 humans were stupid this morning. Okay, a debt company, says Sasha Hayes. A bill collector, says Symbol. It's there, bill collector. Well done, guys. The live studio audience is a little slow today. The 100 humans come in and they're just sat around the table and sometimes they don't understand what I say. So bill collector is there. Well done. Okay, so the 7 most popular answers today were principal, 7th place. Attorney or lawyer, abogado in Spanish. How would you say headmaster or principal in Spanish?
El director.
El director del cole. Okay. Attorney was there in 6th place. A bill collector was there in 5th place. Your ex was there in 4th. Not your ex in particular, any ex. Sorry, I don't want to make you nervous. Telemarketer was in 3rd place with 14 of the 100 humans answering telemarketer. The tax office, Hacienda, IRS, Inland Revenue, that was there in 2nd place with 16 of the 100 humans saying that. And police was there in the most popular answer with 33 of the 100 humans saying police. Well done, guys. I'm so confused that lawyer is there and hospital isn't. Look, don't blame me. The 100 humans answered, guys. They're very healthy. Do some exercise. Okay, anyway. Wow, I can see you're all triggered by the fact that hospital isn't there. Cry me a river, guys. You know, hospital isn't there and I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Igual. All right, let's go to complete the news.
Complete the news.
Your tears are delicious, folks. Delicious. Salty and delicious. You look nice in that cap, Rob. Thank you, Alex. That's Alex Alcalde. All right, here we go. Next one. So we're in complete the news. I'm going to give you a news headline, but there will be some information left off. And your job is to complete the news. Okay, do you want UK or US, Natch?
US.
US, okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. A distillery is fighting blank by turning them or it into whiskey. A distillery is where you would make alcoholic beverages, right? So a distillery is fighting blank by turning it or them into whiskey. Okay. You ready? This is coming out of New Hampshire from npr.org. This is an article that was posted 4 days ago. A distillery is fighting blank by turning it or them into whiskey. Here are your options, guys. Is it A, pollution? Is it B, mosquitoes? Or is it C, crabs? Don't give me a hard time of my options. We do this show early, guys. A distillery is fighting blank by turning it or them into whiskey. Is it A, pollution, B, mosquitoes, or C, crabs? A distillery is fighting, is it pollution by turning it into whiskey? A distillery is fighting mosquitoes by turning them into whiskey? Or a distillery is fighting crabs by turning them into whiskey? All right. A, B, or C? A, pollution, B, mosquitoes, C, crabs. Which type of crabs are we talking about? I don't know. I've only ever seen Deadliest Catch. I didn't know there were more types of crabs. Okay, what do you think, Natch? What do you think, A, B, or C?
I don't know. Crabs? I don't know.
You think C?
Yeah.
Okay. MJ Symbol agrees with you. So does Ladyboy. They both say crabs. And Trusky Trusky. Min and Sasha Hayes both say B, mosquitoes, turning mosquitoes into whiskey. Did anyone say smartphone makes you smarter? Lol, says MJ Symbol. Well, I'm not responsible for the fact you're consuming this show, man. Okay, here we go. Let's get a drum roll. A distillery is fighting invasive crabs by turning them into whiskey, folks. Okay. Green crabs are the invasive pests that have plagued North America marine ecosystems for more than 200 years. A New Hampshire distillery... Wow, Fitz has just come in with a boyo for me. Thank you, dude. A New Hampshire distillery is taking on the problem by using them to make green crab-flavored whiskey. Nivelatho, guys. Well done. Do I get MJ Symbol wants a Nivelatho. Oof. I'll tell you what, MJ Symbol. If you guess the next complete the news correctly, if you get 2 in a row, you're going to get a Nivelatho. You're going to get one. If you get 2 in a row. So the pressure's on. Okay, now we move to the UK, folks. We move to the UK. Okay, here we go. Complete the news. A disabled woman. Okay, so un mujer how do you pronounce this? Descapacitado. No, I've said that wrong.
Discapacitada.
One more time.
Discapacitada.
Discapacitada. Okay, thank you. A disabled woman fined more than £1,000 for blank. A disabled woman has been fined over £1,000 for blank. Fitz for president, says Trusky Trusky. He's the man. Look at this. I've got a lovely boyo. If you're watching the stream right now, you can see it. Is it A, speeding on the pavement? Is it speeding, going too quickly on the pavement? Or on the sidewalk, as you would say in America? Is it B, parking, aparcando el coche, in a disabled spot? In a disabled parking spot, B. Or is it C, collecting money for charity? Woof, what a world, guys. What a world we live in. A disabled woman fined more than £1,000 for blank. Is it A, speeding on the pavement, so going too fast on the pavement or on the sidewalk? Is it B, parking in a disabled parking spot? Or is it C, collecting money for charity? A, B, or C? Are you voting for the most funny one, or are you voting for the one you think is correct? What do you think, Natch?
A.
You think A for speeding on the sidewalk? Ladybug says A. Min says A would be hilarious. Sasha says B. Parking in a disabled spot. MJ Symbol, is he agreeing with Min there, saying A? I don't know. Okay, so you think, which one did you think A to, right, Natch? Tradition would have it that you would be wrong. You're always wrong on the last one on a Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's see. It's when I save the funniest one. Okay, Trusky says A. MJ Symbol says A. Speeding on the sidewalk. Disabled woman fined more than £1,000 for blank. Let's get a drum roll. Oh, guys. A disabled woman was fined more than £1,000 for parking in a disabled spot. Sasha Hayes saw through my smoke screen and was the only one to get the right answer. But it would have been hilarious. A disabled woman faces fines of more than £1,000 for using a disabled car parking space outside her flat. Ceris Gemma, who lives in Cardiff Bay, said the space allocated to her flat is inaccessible for her. Yeah, it's a sad story, guys. As always, I will post the links to all the information you need to my Patreon. You can find links to that in my channel. Oh, guys, I've had so much fun today. And don't worry, there will be a repeat on the radio on Monday, but for those of you on Twitch, the show will continue as normal. On Monday afternoon, between 1:30 and 3 o'clock, I will be recording this show live on this channel, so the ProBoh show is going nowhere. Min says, oh my God, no, that was the boring answer. Well, there you go. You take the risk, folks. You take the risk. All right, guys, a lot of things you could be doing on this Friday morning. Instead of doing those things, you're here with me, and let me tell you something. It means the world. I will see you next week. Thank you for listening, guys, and goodbye.